You think your cat is just being naughty when they knock your favorite vase off the table, or crazy when they sprint away from you the moment you try to pet them. But the truth is much darker. Your cat might be suffering from a sensory void so profound it's actually changing their brain structure. Today, I'm revealing why your cat is mentally and physically running away from their life at home. And I'll give you the exact 10-minute hunting hack that will turn your bored, destructive pet into a fulfilled, loving companion. If you ignore these signs, you aren't just dealing with a bored cat. You're dealing with a biological emergency. We have a major problem with how we view our cats. We've been told for decades that cats are the perfect pet for busy people because they are independent, they sleep 16 hours a day, and they don't need us like dogs do. But this belief is a trap. We treat them like living furniture, projecting our own human need for a quiet night in onto a creature that is evolutionarily designed for high-stakes survival. When your cat spends all day in an empty apartment, they aren't just relaxing. They are often trapped in a state of suspended animation. Imagine if you were abducted by aliens and taken to a strange place where you were fed and sheltered, but you were never allowed to leave, never given anything to read, and your only entertainment was watching a blinking light box. You would eventually start running away too, either by shredding the curtains or by withdrawing into a state of clinical depression. You see, for a cat, boredom isn't just an annoyance. It is a slow-acting poison. A bored cat will always find their own means of entertainment, and usually that involves your furniture, your curtains, or even your own toes. But here is the part that most owners miss. When a cat acts out, they aren't trying to be mean. They are desperately trying to feel alive. Did you know that a cat's tail has about 20 independent muscles? It's basically a high-speed rudder. But in a bored cat, that rudder has nowhere to steer, except into a 3 a.m. marathon across your face. Later in this video, I'm going to reveal why your clean house might actually be a sensory prison that is blinding your cat's most important sense. But first, we need to talk about the hidden symptoms of a cat who is mentally checked out. Let's challenge the idea that a quiet cat is a happy cat. Sometimes the most bored cats are the ones who have simply given up. Here is the first uncomfortable truth. If you ignore your cat's morning social check-in, their brain literally begins to prune away the neural pathways used for bonding. Between 5 and 7 a.m., your cat needs to confirm their colony is intact. If you consistently ignore those early morning meows or headbutts, after just 12 days, your cat's brain undergoes synaptic elimination. They stop expecting connection. They become aloof, not by nature, but because you accidentally trained them to be. Wait, it gets more disturbing. Have you noticed your cat over-grooming until they have bald patches? You might think it's allergies, but often it's obsessive grooming syndrome. Licking releases endorphins. For a bored cat, this is their version of binge-watching TV to escape a painful reality. They are literally trying to self-soothe their way out of a stimulus-free life until their skin is raw and irritated. I'm going to show you how a simple cardboard box can become an elite pounce training academy that saves your cat's sanity. But let's talk about the zoomies. You see your cat sprint out of the litter box like they've been fired from a cannon? Most people laugh. But this running away is often a survivalist dread. In the wild, waste is a neon sign for predators. If your cat is bored and stressed, the litter box becomes a vulnerability zone. If the box is dirty or enclosed, they aren't playing when they run. They are escaping a perceived kill zone because their environment doesn't feel secure. Sharks don't sleep because they don't want to be vulnerable. Your cat, however, chooses to sleep with you because they see you as their feline sentinel, the person who watches the door for dragons while they are unconscious. Here is the second uncomfortable truth. Loneliness can literally make your cat physically ill. Stress from boredom can lead to fatty liver disease or painful bladder issues like feline idiopathic cystitis. When their world is fixed and unchanging, their immune system begins to fry. That lazy cat hiding under the bed isn't just antisocial. They might be in physical pain, masking their weakness so they don't look like prey. And what about that creepy stare? You're working on your laptop and you feel eyes on the back of your neck. You turn around and your cat is just watching. They aren't judging your work. They are running a molecular diagnostic on you. With 200 million olfactory receptors, they are smelling the chemical changes in your breath to make sure you aren't about to expire. In a bored cat's world, you are the only thing that changes. You are their only source of data. When they run away from you or hide, it's often because they've decided the data you're providing is either threatening or totally exhausted. So how do we stop the running away? How do we turn a bored, destructive goblin back into a loving family member? The solution isn't more toys, it's more meaning. The first step is the hunt, catch, kill, eat, sleep sequence. This is the biological rhythm your cat's brain craves. You cannot just leave a pile of toys on the floor and expect them to be happy. Toys on the floor are dead prey. To a cat, they're boring. Instead, you must become the hunting partner. Engage in a high-intensity play session with a feather wand 15 minutes before their meal. Make the prey hide, peek, and struggle. Once they kill it, feed them. This triggers a rest and digest phase that satisfies their deepest instincts and prevents the midnight zoomies. Next, you must felinify your vertical space. If your cat is running on the floor and knocking things over, it's because they don't have a highway. Clear off the top of a bookshelf or install cat shelves. In the wild, height equals safety and status. When a cat can survey their kingdom from above, they feel like a god emperor rather than a vulnerable prey animal. Did you know that citrus smells, like lemon or orange, are major stress triggers for cats? If you're using scented cleaners, you are essentially erasing your cat's version of home. The second step is toy rotation. Jackson Galaxy calls this refreshing the Netflix queue. Don't leave all the toys out. Put some in a sealed bag with catnip for a week, then swap them with the ones on the floor. The novelty makes the old toys feel like a brand new hunt. And don't forget the scent bond. If your cat is running away mentally, give them a piece of your dirty laundry. To you, it's a gym shirt. To them, your scent is a social fingerprint that represents safety and connection. It acts as a silent therapist, reducing their cortisol levels by 37%, even when you aren't home. Now for the secret phrase. You can train a cat to come when called with 80% reliability, but only if you program the word correctly. Most people only call their cat for bad things, baths, medicine, or the carrier. Start using a specific word only when the tuna can cracks open. Eventually, the mere sound of that word will trigger a dopamine hit in their brain, and they will choose you over the invisible mouse every time. Finally, master the cat kiss, the slow blink. Direct eye contact is a challenge to a fight. When you catch your cat's eye, slowly close yours, hold it, and open them. This signals that you are in a state of total peace. It is the most powerful non-touch way to say I love you in a language they actually understand. Your cat isn't broken or mean when they ignore you or tear up your house. They are a masterpiece of evolutionary survival trying to navigate a human world that often feels like a sensory vacuum. They don't express their boredom through words. They express it through vigilance, through redecorating your curtains, and through the frantic, beautiful chaos of the zoomies. Stop trying to pet them like a dog when they are in hunter mode, and start respecting them like the feline sentinel they were born to be. When you provide a routine, vertical space, and the hunt-eat-sleep cycle, you aren't just giving them a better life. You are rewriting their permanent emotional landscape.